Today I'm going to try cheese. I'm going to taste test cheese that got delivered to me yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. As part of my birthday present this year, my beautiful family decided to club together, as they know my love for cheese, decided to club together and get me basically a cheese delivery service, and this comes every quarter, so that's every 3 months. Just for the year. So you can see it down there on Cheese Cam. So today I'm going to be trying the cheeses. Now I was an idiot, I'll be honest, I was so excited. I did pre-open it, because I didn't think that I'd be making a YouTube video, and then I realised that's a great idea, why am I not doing it as a YouTube video? So So then I stopped myself from eating it all at once, and I've held myself back from eating it so far, and today I'm allowing it. I'm just going to show you what it comes with. So obviously it's got like a nice message, a nice tag message that you can put if it is a gift for someone. So I'll just show you. I don't know if it's easier to show it down here. So, right. If you look on Cheese Cam. So it says here, with love from Wales, and it's got like a nice message here. It says, here at the Welsh Cheese Company we source the very best cheeses from over a dozen of the finest producers in Wales. We love our cheeses and we hope you do too. Again, I wish this was a cheese sponsor, it's really not. So it comes insulated by Welsh sheep wool, I believe. And as it's delivered, it's got an ice pack as well. Obviously it's melted in the time, but I thought I'd just show you, I'd kept it just to show you like how it comes. So you've got your installation, you've got your cold pack there. Just put that on the floor. Right, and then you have a number of cheeses. Let's see what we've got this time. So I didn't actually have a proper look as to what cheeses you've got. Now the box does come with some literature about the cheese itself, so there is like a little letter that comes with it, and a few of their leaflets as well about your cheese, so you can actually find out how to store it, how to serve it. There's just a little 10% off your next order. That's nice. So if you want to use that code, Welsh Cheese 10 for 10% off. I'm not sponsored, but I really wish I was. Yeah, so this letter just tells you which cheeses are involved, this quarters box, and it tells you where it's come from and a little bit of background about the different cheese. So yeah, it's actually lovely. I don't know how to say that. I think it's club cause. I really don't know. It says, welcome to February's club cause? I don't know. And that's just a nice little letter. Anyway, so right, the cheese. So I'll just be showing this onto the Cheese Cam. So this is, I think you'd say that like taffy with seaweed. It's quite a sizable piece of cheese, that, you know, fits my face. So on there it says, a wonderful mix of creamy Welsh milk and Dutch expertise has created the multi-award winning combination that is taffy farmhouse cheese, true artisan cheese made from raw milk. So this is not pasteurized, which as a microbiologist myself is an interesting concept, but I love cheese too much to care. Okay, and then here we have, I think I've had this one before in the last box. This is Cause Preselli. Completely butchered that as well. And this is another lovely farmhouse cheese. If I remember last time, yeah, it's quite a nice squidgy cheese. Probably be nice on a butty. Quite soft, a little bit like brie, but we'll see. Okay, and then we've got a soft goat's cheese this time, so that'll be interesting as well. Nice spreadable one. Full fat soft cheese made with pasteurised goat's milk. So this one is pasteurised, if that bothers you. Right, and then the next one is more of a truckle. So this says it's from the Snowdonia Cheese Company. It is a vintage red Leicester, and it's obviously in the wax, so it'll be maybe a bit harder to get out, but luckily you may have spotted I have these very sharp, very nice cheese knives. And yesterday I went to Asda and bought Jacob's Savoury Favourites, or Savorites. Okay, what should we have first? I am very intrigued into the seaweed one, so I think I'm going to go for that one first. Let's have a see how this one tastes. So let's open this up. First cheese, it's looking quite shiny. Don't know if you can tell. Probably not, but it's a shiny cheese. And the texture of it, it's not very soft, but it's not solid as a rock, so that's good. The rind, there isn't too much of a rind. It's not quite like a Stilton's rind where it looks like arse, so that's good. It just feels like a harder version of this cheese, quite honestly, so that's alright. It's probably edible, as all cheeses are. Ooh. Cut some of that off. Right, okay. So I'm gonna just... Actually, you know what? I'm tempted to just have it without the cracker first. Ooh. The cheese, it's very flavoursome. It is. It's got the texture of an Emmental, I'd say, and it's got like this sort of. It's a little bit salty. It's creamy. It is creamy. It kind of does melt in your mouth, which is great. That's nice. That is actually really nice. I'm guessing the saltiness might be from the seaweed. The sea salty? I don't know. That cheese was surprisingly quite a strong one. So in this one I've got a bit of the rind as well, just because I wanted to give it a go. Here we are, so this is the Thai-V, potentially, cheese. Yeah, the cracker nicely balances out the texture actually, because it's sort of... Because it's a soft... It's weird, it's not a hard cheese, and it doesn't look like a soft cheese, does it? It's not spreadable or anything, but it definitely kind of melts in your mouth. I like that. That rind is kind of, it's not tough, but at the same time it's not easy to eat. Oh god. And everywhere. Oh no. But basically that cheese, very nice, very good. Got the texture of an Emmental, but actually when it gets in your mouth, kind of melts. It's a bit softer. Obviously not spreadable. It is technically a hard cheese, but it's not solid as a rock, so that's great. It has got a bit of a salty taste to it, and a little bit smoked, if that makes sense. Like a good smoked cheese. I think that one was really good. Was that the unpasteurised? Yeah, so that was raw milk, so getting all the microbes right into me there. I would give this a 7 or an 8, you know. I'd come back to this cheese. I would repurchase this cheese. I really like that. I think we should go for this soft goat's cheese. I think this one's a spreadable one, and I shouldn't actually have any disasters with this one, hopefully. I'll probably use this knife to spread it because it's the most like a butter knife, I guess. Oblong cracker for an oblong cheese. Right, let's have a go. Okay, so this is quite the wet cheese, as it were. Ooh.
Now to me, that's nuts, now to me, say no more, now to me.
Right, is it oh, it is spreadable. It's like a Philadelphia. How does it smell? You know what, right? You know how... You know what a goat smells like? And you know how a lot of goat's cheeses and goat's milk smells like a goat? It just literally smells like... If you were to stroke a goat and smell your hand, it smells a goat. That's how a lot of shop-bought goat's cheese smells to me. I don't know if anyone else can relate to that. This doesn't smell like that, so that's great. This does not have that pungent goat smell, so that's fantastic, because it's not my favourite smell, I can't lie. I was on a plane once, as you were, This is a story time, I guess. And I bought I think it was like a bronzer, like from the makeup magazine or something. It was Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and it had a brush in it. I've still got the brush actually, and there was nothing in the magazine thing that said it was goat hair, which I thought, well, if you're like someone who's a vegan or they prefer cruelty free, this and the other, I would have liked to have known that it was going to be a goat hair brush, because it's not really my jam.
2 hours later.
And like, it stunk. This is the point I'm getting at. It stunk of goats. It took so many washes to get that goat smell out of it. It was ridiculous. But anyway, more to the point, this cheese doesn't smell like goats. So that's fantastic. And this cracker is a lightly salted cracker, I would say. Oh, oh. It's got like that natural yogurt kind of aftertaste that's a little bit sour, only a tiny bit sour, because it's just like a plain yogurt, isn't it? Natural yogurt. Little bit sour, but like it's nice. But other than that, it doesn't really have a taste. It spreads a lot better, I'd say, than Philadelphia. Not big on taste. I think that cracker having... This cracker is lightly salted that I used, this one here, and I think that nicely complements it, because otherwise it's quite plain, but that would be really good for a sandwich. So there you go, good sandwich cheese. So I would say as a sandwich spread, as like a good sandwich spread, I'd give this quite a good mark. I'd give it like a 7. Because it hasn't got any herbs in it. It would have been nice if it had some more like herbs in it, maybe a bit of garlic. That could be something that you add though, it's up to you. Obviously they're sort of trying to give you a taste of all sorts in this box. But I think that's quite good. I think as a cheese for crackers, I'd give it like maybe a 5 or a 6, just because it's literally like plain pretty much. The next one, I think we should try the truckle from Snowdonia. This is a vintage red Leicester, and I think because I'm going to have to cut through the wax, I'll probably use this freaking meat cleaver of a cheese knife. God, you need big muscles for this one. It's so muscular. I love a good red Leicester, so I hope this one's top notch. Oh, it's softer than a lot of red Leicesters I've had. That's good. It says it's vintage. I can see why. It's got like it's got quite a nice smoky aftertaste. Like you can just tell that it's been not festering. What's the word? It's been fermenting. I've no idea. It's been like years in the making, basically. Classic red Leicester. It's like a sharp taste, but it's not too sharp as well. Enough salt in there. I really like this one. I think this one's a really good, best red Leicester I've ever had. Telling you that for free. Put your money away. Well done to the Snowdonia Cheese Company. That was one of the best red Leicesters I've ever had. Moving on to our final cheese. Our last cheese is I'm gonna butcher this so badly. I want to say it's Cause Preselli or Priscilla. If anyone is Welsh and can pronounce things, please let me know. So this is farmhouse cheese, and it's award winning, so it must be good. I think I've had one of these before. It looks familiar to my last box that I had. Best consumed within 4 days, so I have to eat all of this cheese in a very short space of time, so I might have a cheese coma. R.I.P. But yeah, so this, I think if I remember rightly from last time, it's a bit like, so it's got like a white skin, like a brie, which you can eat, by the way, if you didn't know. Now you know. It's like soft, but it's not as soft as a brie, if I remember rightly. Oh yeah, and it's got holes. So that's a good strip of cheese. Let's get another strip of cheese. That's enough to put on one cracker though. So let's give that a go. Let's put this on a cracker. Okay. It's not as flavourful, I guess, as the first one I tried, the seaweed one. This would be really good melted on a sandwich, I reckon. It's got a bit more of a taste, like an aftertaste, than a brie. It's a bit more salty, which is fine. But I'd say probably don't use a salted cracker for this one. Bries are really versatile. This I would say is also versatile because it does kind of echo that brie life, basically. I really like that one, so I'd probably give this one an 8 as well. This is the problem with cheese tasting. You have to eat it all really fast after you've already opened it, so it's just like, oh my god, I'm literally gonna have a cheese coma. I can't remember what I rated it, but I think out of all of them it was probably my favourite one. I rate it a 9. 8.5, 9. Really enjoyed it. That one was my favourite. Followed by probably the Red Leicester actually. Then this Cause Priscilli. I don't know. I'm not Welsh. And then finishing it just with this goat cheese, just because it's just a plain and simple spreadable cheese that's not got much of an aftertaste or a taste at all really. But you can definitely chuck that on a sandwich. With the Red Leicester, I would actually suggest pairing that with some Branston pickle or some kind of chutney would be good. Definitely would be good with that one. I think the seaweed one is kind of standalone. I think this one doesn't really need much else to make it taste great. It just tastes great, which is fabulous. Like I said, the goat's cheese one, good on a sandwich, and you could put that with like smoked salmon or something, which would be good, like a cream cheese and smoked salmon bagel, maybe with a bit of spinach. That sounds great actually. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!